Hey y'all. So I joined in a little bit late. This is my first time on Facebook Live, so we're gonna see how this goes. I am excited to see you guys, so we're just gonna play a little bit of music while we wait for some folks to hop on. And in case you were wondering what you're listening to, this is Chance the Rapper. Listen to All We Got, featuring Kanye West. All right, so we'll get off of that. So, welcome. I am Tremaine from Mind Over Money. Again, like I said, this is my very first time on Facebook Live. I decided to switch over from Periscope, is where I was initially doing some live videos, because I felt like most of my audience was here on Facebook, so I'm gonna come to where my followers are. So here we are on Facebook Live. I am coming to you from North Carolina. So for those of you who are on already, if you want to drop a comment telling me where you are, feel free. If not, that's okay. We can always connect at a later date. But the reason why I wanted to do Facebook Live is to kind of give you guys some real-time coaching goals, some coaching strategies for some of the things I've been posting in the Facebook group. We've had our Get Your Money Right group for 6 months now. It was so crazy because I was just thinking like, man, I've been doing this for 6 months. And when I had the idea, I wasn't sure where I was gonna go with it, but we've grown to over 500 people, and I'm so excited and thankful for the activity and the participation that you guys have been like encouraging me to keep going, really fulfilling what I believe is my purpose. So over the past 6 months, if you haven't been here the whole time, we started with the new year, and each month had a different theme. And just here recently, we're starting a mid-year like reset, refocus, because a lot of times what happens is when we start the year off, we have these strong ambitions, we have these strong goals, and like at the beginning, like you're really dedicated. And the most common goal that people come up with in the new year is, you know, getting their fitness together, getting back in the gym. And so like most goals, you go to the gym that first month, like you're in there. Then February kind of rolls around and you're not kicking as strong as you used to be. You go every once in a while, you know, it happens. And so what I'd like to do is, I started seeing that like we had our goals, but we weren't as thriving as we were. So July is a very good time to kind of jump back in and assess how you've been managing your finances and things you can do differently to kind of see what that vision was and, you know, bring that vision back to life. So this month we're starting fresh from the top of what we started off in January, and just really focusing in on the successes that we had, and some things that we can work on, some areas of improvement that can help us get back to those financial goals that we set for ourselves. So tonight I'm just going to be talking about a couple things in line with that. Setting a financial vision for yourself. And so we'll be talking about setting your goals, believing in the goal that you set, achieving the goal, and then overcoming obstacles when you hit those road bumps, because obviously when we're setting goals, everything doesn't always go according to plan, and you know, that's okay. But the key to really achieving that goal and meeting your own expectations that you set for yourself is not giving up when you hit a setback. So first, a financial vision. So when you are trying to figure out where you're trying to go with your finances, it's very important that you have some overarching idea of like where you want to go. And so like for me, I just want to be in a position to build wealth and leave a legacy for my family and those people coming behind me. Like, so that's my overarching goal. So everything that I do kind of falls into that overarching legacy. And so when I'm setting my goals, I have to make sure, okay, is this going to help me build wealth for my future family, help me build that legacy? And if you're setting goals that don't really help you meet that, that vision that you have for yourself, you want to take some time and reassess, well, do these goals really need to be something that I'm working towards? So in setting your goals, a couple of things that I mentioned were, being specific about the goal you want to set and setting dates, timelines, specific parameters around your goal. So for example, let's say you want to buy a car, right? And you need to save like $5,000 for the down payment. So the amount of money you need to save is $5,000. Okay, that's great. Well, there needs to be a timeline on that, because if you say, hey, I need to save $5,000, who's to say when you're going to save it if you don't give yourself a deadline? Do you need to save $5,000 in 6 months? Do you need to save $5,000 in a year? Like, how much time are you going to give yourself? And when you set hard deadlines for yourself, then you can start to measure and assess and see, okay, am I progressing towards the goal I have set for myself? Because otherwise, it's like, yeah, I'm going to save this $5,000. And then how can you measure to see if you've even done what the steps you need to do to get to the goal that you've set? So you have a specific amount of money that's going to be, you have a deadline or a date set that you want to reach that goal. And then the next key thing to do is like, how are you going to do it? So like, yeah, okay, I need to save $5,000 to buy my car. How? Where's the money going to come from? Like, do you have a full-time job that you're getting paid bi-weekly, monthly? Do you have to pick up some part-time jobs? Do you need to start a small business that's going to help you bring in some more income to help you reach that goal? Like, how are you going to get there? Where's the income going to come from? Because setting the goal is important, but how you're going to get there is probably most important, because that helps you like develop your plan, your roadmap to get you to your destination. So the next thing is like, you've set your plan, you know where the money's going to come from, you know how much money you need to make it happen, and you put that into a budget, right? So like, it's one thing to say I need to save $5,000, but it's another thing to break it down into bite-sized chunks. So like monthly, what does saving $5,000 look like? Is that, $100 a month? Is that $400 a month? Like, and that's why it's important to know your end game. Do I have 6 months to do this? Do I have 12 months to do that? Because if it's only 6 months, then I got to save a little bit more money every month in order to reach my goal. And so having that goal setting down is so key. But another piece of that is believing that you can actually attain whatever the goal is you set. So like, I think a lot of times we have lofty dreams, and sometimes deep down, you may not even actually believe that you can actually do it. And so you kind of set yourself up for failure in a sense that if you don't believe that you can actually do it, what sense or what motivation do you have to put any effort into it? And so believing that we can achieve a goal is really tapping into your mindset. So like, what are you telling yourself that is helping you continue to push forward when times get hard? And belief, I think, is a key factor in helping us pull ourselves out of whatever mess that we might be in, or just improving our current situation. Because, sometimes we may not even be that bad off, but, we always want to improve on whatever position we're in. And a lot of times, being able to do that is having the mentality and the strength to know that you can achieve whatever goals you're setting out for yourself. So you set your goal, and then believe in whatever the goal is that you have set for yourself. And then lastly, achieving the goal. So, and this is like probably having the mentality to do it is hard, but having the perseverance and the determination and following principles is, I think, one of the hardest things for people to do. So like, you can believe in yourself, right? But like, sometimes when you're trying to achieve a goal, it just gets rough because you got to make some hard decisions. You want to go out with your friends on the weekend. Is that really in your budget? Is that going to help you meet the goal you're trying to set? And so we have to make tough decisions in times where, it's not the thing we want to do. But if you're truly about the business of meeting your goals and putting yourself in a better position, sometimes your short-term decisions have to be the ones you don't really want to make. And so I think that, you know, achieving your goal, you have to keep the bigger picture in mind when you're making these day-to-day decisions, okay? So maybe you go to the vending machine and you get the Snicker bar. Well, if you do that every day this week, how is that helping you meet the goal that you're trying to set for yourself? Is it really what you need to be doing? And I'd argue to say that no, because those pennies, that change, all of that adds up. And so when you are achieving your goal, you have to stay determined. You have to stay focused. You have to remind yourself constantly of the thing that you're trying to achieve. And like, this is by no means a sprint. When you are trying to improve your finances, it is a marathon, and sometimes people gonna pass you, and that's okay. It's all right. We're all in this race together, in this community, and we're here to back up one another. So how do we overcome those obstacles? So let's say, you know, you moved and you just had to have some new furniture, right? And you rack up some new debt after your goal was to eliminate all of your credit card debt. How do you overcome that obstacle of seeing yourself meet a goal and then you're right back in a position of where you have to pay back off that debt? Sometimes you have to reset and regroup and make a new strategy. And we have to be flexible with ourselves, forgive ourselves for not being perfect, because nobody's perfect. And that's really key to building your wealth, especially when you don't come from wealth and you don't have like a model laid out for you. Is that you're going to make mistakes, but you get back up and you remember what your goal is. So the things I mentioned were setting the goal, achieving the goal, believing the goal, and then overcoming obstacles when you run into them. So these are just things that are lining up with the things I've been posting for the first couple days of July. And I want to go ahead and open up for any question that you guys might have. Real informal, so feel free to type them into the chat box. So it looks like we have some savvy folks with their finances on the line today, which is cool. If you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to me in the Facebook group. There's lots of folks in there who have been posting some awesome tips. So I'm by no means the expert in the group or the only person who has answers. A lot of us have some really awesome things that we have to share. And if you are interested in a free consultation, I do 30-minute sessions. Feel free to sign up for one of those. All my information is in the Facebook group. So thank you for joining, and I look forward to talking to you guys every Monday at 9 o'clock.